Hey guys, welcome to my first edition of Thrifty Speaks. So, I'm a part of a group, and some of the women in the group, they talk about higher education a lot when it comes to their children. Let me back up. If you're familiar with my site, a lot of times I am here doing DIYs, sewing. I really haven't taken that much time to speak. So part of it is supposed to be a blog, and I am here. So let me reintroduce myself. I am known as Thrifty Virgo Lefty. I've recently changed to TVL Designs. The name might change again soon. So that's life. Everything evolves and changes. Now, I am a master's level human services board certified practitioner. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just a fancy term for a human services person that has gone to take, all these courses and when it got a certification. If that makes sense. Technically, you don't have to have one, but I take pride in my work and I want it to be the best that I can be. Okay. Anyway, so back to the topic that was asked often as far as higher education, and a lot of people started being discouraged about whether they should encourage their children to even go to college now. And I'm just like, well, that's just a matter of preference. Now, what I can say is this, and I really wholeheartedly remember being pushed in the higher education area of life. I remember being pushed. I was pushed, but I was pushed for a reason. I was pushed mainly because there weren't as many opportunities for, I guess you can say, my the people before me in my family. Oh, the son, yeah. Anyway, so I'm saying that to say I was pushed. I'm not saying it was from a negative space. I really feel like it was a space of, okay, some parents have the ability to discern their children's gifts early. So you are able to nourish those gifts in a different way than the world, anybody else, okay? So the way that it was nourished wasn't quite the traditional way, but as time went on, I got it. Okay, so going back to that, I really feel like at the end of the day, you should know them enough to know where they need to be. I'm going to give you an example. I have 3 children. Every one of them has their own personality, and everyone definitely has their own different path. Hands down, okay? Even the most intelligent child does not mean they desire to be in a higher learning education field. Now, many parents, with the changes, because one of my children was class of 2020, had to do the whole virtual thing, you know what I mean? Then they jumped back into, so they was the only class that had to graduate virtual. Shout out to 2020. But listen, in that year, it was so many things that happened, and it was just so many, things that people really started to realize. We live in a whole different digital world, and we really don't tap into it the way we should. So with our children growing and being a part of this evolution, because back in 2000, and I'm telling my age, yeah, in 2001, I believe was the first year that I had ever taken an online college course while I was in undergrad. And I'll talk about my undergrad school in another video. Not a bad thing. So I got a taste of what was to come. So in that instance, being in a higher education setting and learning about it, I was able to help my son that struggled in 2020 towards the end of the pandemic to stay encouraged and show him that online learning was not that bad. Okay. So, because it was very different. You know, I'm not saying don't send them. I'm not. Because I don't want nobody coming for me. And even if you come for me, girl, sit down. I'm saying it because, yes, there are trades. There's ways to go about, you know, beyond higher education. But what I will say is, what is the plan after you go to school? Before you go, what is your financial plan? Because you can easily be in a situation of having, even if you go to school and finish everything, sometimes your debt to income ratio will be in the way of you getting a home. You know, it's just a lot of things that you have to factor in when you take that leap to go. And especially if you have to get loans. I'm being honest. I got loans. And was it the best choice to get them? No. However, was school valuable? Absolutely. And I'll probably dive into that a little bit more in another video. But I'm just starting because I have a big mouth and I want to keep these videos short, okay? As much as possible. Hopefully 10 minutes, okay? But anyway, what is their plan? Do they plan to just leave the higher education place and get a job? Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, when you have the go get a job mentality, sometimes go get a job is not enough. As we evolve, we are not the same people as, you know, previously when we worked 20 to 30 years, get our job paying, retire. You know, 9 times out of 10, these kids probably won't even get Social Security. So we have to think beyond that. You know, when when they decide, make sure they're deciding to go into programs that are going to get them certifications. Because at the end of the day, with that certification, you can leave and you can take that certification with you wherever you go. And say if you wanted to do something independently, you could go higher up, obtain those. And that's how a lot of physicians go into private practice and group practice and things of that nature, because they got certifications. It's more to going to college than just going to school, getting a degree. It's like, with those gifts, what will you be changing in your world and your environment? I'm just going to leave it at that. And I love y'all, and I'm going to get back with you soon. I got to get this lighting situation together.